That is therapy for men. Not lying on a couch somewhere and talking about how your mother made you feel, about how, when your father did not come home, how abandoned you felt. So what? Welcome to the Mwegas. Welcome to another video. If you have been a return viewer and you have not subscribed, please, kindly, just subscribe, because it shows that you already like the content. Subscribe so that the channel can grow. When the channel grows, then we have, better content. Who knows? Let's walk this journey together. Sawa? Now, this is going to be another controversial one. Wow, this week will be full of controversy. My videos will be very controversial. This is about men and therapy. Men and therapy. I've been reading extensively here and there. I like to read. I like a good book. And I've been reading Jacob Aliet's Unplugged. So I recommend that book to all men, whether married, single, old, young, even women. Nuria Bookstore, Tisha Unplugged by Jacob Aliet. Sasa. Now, I've been reading. I like to read, so I read extensively. And something I've realized is that men don't like going to therapy. Okay? And there is a reason why, according to me. This is wholly my opinion. I can be wrong. If I am wrong, please tell me in the comments. Share your thoughts about what I'm about to say. I am not a psychologist. Let me just full disclosure. I am not a psychologist. I'm not a trained therapist. I'm just some guy on the internet. Sawa? So let's just get that straight. So don't go out there ripping your hair out or just doing crazy things because you had some crazy guy with dreadlocks talking on YouTube. So let's talk about men and therapy. What does therapy entail? Therapy entails you going and talking to someone about your issues. Let me repeat. Therapy entails you talking to someone about your issues. So number one, men don't like to talk. Off the bat, men don't like talking. Okay, as compared to women will always be talking about everything and nothing. Men, we are just good, quiet. We are just good, chilling. We are good. Now, you're talking to someone about your problems. Men don't like to talk about their problems. Men like to solve their problems. They like to find solutions to their problems and other people's problems. They don't like to talk about problems because that does not solve the problem. So that's number two. So those people out there who are asking, why don't men like therapy? Why don't you men go to therapy? Off the bat, I have not even gotten into anything psychological or social or whatever. This is simply who men are. Number one, men don't like talking. And number two, they don't like talking about problems. They like to solve problems. Okay? Number three, most therapists are women. So, already, you want this man to talk, which it's not in his nature. And then you want him to talk about his problems, which is also against his nature. And then you want him to talk about his problems to a woman. And that's why I encourage men. If you have to go see a therapist, go see a male therapist. At least, by virtue of the person being male, you are already comfortable or a bit comfortable because men talk to men. Men have no problem talking to men. Men might have a problem talking to men about some manly issues or issues that will make them not look manly, but they will talk to men. And sometimes they will talk to men about those issues because they have tried everything they can and nothing is working. So they need someone to come in and assist. So a solution, a person to assist them find a solution. Because what men want is a solution. They don't just want to talk. Okay? Just go find a therapist who is a man. And then go get a therapist who is a man who understands masculinity. Because there are a lot of weak men out here, a lot of feminized, effeminate, emasculated men out here. Okay. Number one, if you are a male therapist, first of all, unless you are really, either you are so desperate and that was the only way you could feed your family, or you really had this passion for helping people. Male therapists, no shade, we need you as men, but I'm going to look at you side-eye. Okay, that's just me. And I am a person who wants men to be better, who wants men to get better. But the only way men get better is if they get the help they need. Okay, don't just provide help. There is this story. I like these children's stories because they teach people a lot. There's this story, I think, about there was a bird, this bird with a long beak, long sharp beak, was friends with some other animal, and they agree that they are going to have, dinner this side and then dinner that side. Okay, come at my place for dinner, then I'll come to your place for dinner. So now, this other animal, let's just take a random animal like a rabbit, because they are used a lot in these stories. So the rabbit invites this bird. I do not know the name of the bird. You go and Google birds with long beaks and pick one that is long and sharp. Okay, and so rabbit, cooks, food, but then this food is so I don't know how to explain it. The rabbit cooked the food in such a way that this bird could not eat it. Okay, I think either it was sticky or something. So the bird tried to eat the food, could not eat the food. Good, so the rabbit ate his food and the bird's food, because it's like, I gave you food, we don't throw food in our house. Done. So tomorrow, I'm coming to your place. So the bird said, cool. So the rabbit goes to the bird's place. Now, the bird cooks very nice food, okay? Very aromatic food, mouth-watering food. But served it in a calabash that had a long neck. So, and the rule of the house was you could not hold that calabash to eat. So the only way for you to eat is to either put your hand inside the calabash, take out the food and eat, which the rabbit could not, cause the calabash, that long, whatever, let's call it a neck. The neck of the calabash was thin, so could not fit the hand. The only person who could eat was this bird, because the long beak, so could get the nini inside the nini of the calabash and eat, or the guan, whatever you call it. So none of them could say that they were not offered food. But for both of them, the food could not help them because it was not accessible. Or the way it was presented, they could not access it. So that's what I'm talking about, men and therapy. The way therapy is presented to men, most times it is not beneficial. We cannot benefit from it. We cannot extract anything from it. We can only see people benefiting from it and from afar. Okay? That's why you need to go there and talk and all that. And it's a woman or it is a man who believes that, toxic masculinity and those nonsense. And that's the reason why, according to me, a random person on the internet who is not a therapist or a psychologist or a sociologist, somebody who has a degree in theater, just telling you, that's the reason I will not go to therapy. Because I will most probably find a woman, or I'll most probably find a man who believes in all this new age beliefs about men. So when I get into that room, I'm already seen as the cause of my problems. Yes, I am the cause of my problems, right? But you are supposed to help me find the root cause, like where did all these problems start? All right. So men, what works for men? Therapy, but a different kind of therapy. A different kind of therapy is what I'm proposing. So what am I proposing? And I'm not the first one to propose this. I'm not the first one to talk about this, but I think it is important that I talk about it for the 10, 12, 30 people who will watch this video. Okay? And who will watch it long enough to get here. Men need mentorship and coaching. That's it. Mentorship, somebody to show you how to do these things. Because a lot of men out here, the problem is that they are not masculine enough. Okay? Because masculinity, if you are masculine, if you are in your masculine self, masculine frame, you already know the world owes you no understanding. Nobody owes you understanding. It's either you swim or you drown. You already know that. So now, what do you do because you are in the water? Do you get somebody to talk about your drowning, or do you want somebody to teach you or to assist you learn how to swim? So you want somebody to assist you learn how to swim because you're already in the waters, and the currents, will take you. The water will drown you. Water will do its thing. Coaching and mentorship. Why coaching? Because coaching is about also accountability, following you up. Did you do what we agreed that you do? Did you talk to her like we agreed that you talk to her? Oh, you know what? I'm having problems with my wife. This is happening, this is happening, this is happening. Okay, you need to go sit down with her and you need to have this discussion in such and such an environment, and you need to find out where exactly the issue is. Take charge of the conversation. Make sure you keep her on point because she will try to, go all over the place. Make sure you're keeping her on point. What is the issue? What do you propose we do about it? And then I, as the man, I will take your proposal in place. First of all, I'll take your complaints and put them on record. And then I will take your proposals. And then I will look at them. And then I will see, is it something that is going to help me and my family and this union? Or is it something that's you're just talking because? Or you got angry just because? And then now, this man has to go back and say, we had that talk, this is what we agreed on, this is what we discussed, this is how we resolved to do these things. And we keep it moving. Because this is a problem, this is the solution, let's try this. Or that did not work. What else can we do? Then another plan of action, plan B, instituted. That did not work. Plan C. Or you know what? That is something we need to live with. That is therapy for men. Not lying on a couch somewhere and talking about how your mother made you feel, about how, when your father did not come home, how abandoned you felt. So what? How is that relevant today? How is that helping you raise a good family, a better family? How? You lying in a couch and talking about. But like I said, it's just my opinion as somebody who is not a psychologist, a sociologist, in any ology. I am not. Okay, if you like this content, please hit that like button, comment on this video, and also subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the next video.